We're here at the 6th edition of the Malta Comic Con at St. James Cavalier in Valletta, where we'll be speaking to comic book writers and creators from all over the world. So, Chris, as one of the organizers of Malta Comic Con, could you just tell us what the event is about and how has it developed over the years?
Well, we've been growing, this is our 6th year, we've been growing every year. The Comic Con is a platform for comics to promote the comic culture, local and of course foreign guests, and everything that this culture has to do with, like gaming, films, television series nowadays, cosplay competition, and the comic itself. This is an amalgamation of literature and art.
So, Michael, could you tell us a bit about your latest project?
First of all, where's your mustache?
It ran away from me.
Yeah. All right. The Woods is about a high school, which has been teleported from Earth to a different planet, or moon, or dimension. We don't know yet. It's a mystery, and it's basically a survival and a coming of age story of all these high school kids and how they have to get by in their new surrounding, and the giant mystery that lurks behind, like why, who brought them there, and a lot of monsters and aliens. It's a very cool story.
So, what is it about the story that excites you in terms of drawing it, of course?
It was something new. Like when I first got the script last year, it was something that I'd never ever thought I would be drawing, because I like more fantasy stuff. And then when he gave me the script, I was like, this is a story about high school kids. This is Breakfast Club. This is, Ferris Bueller's Days Off. Like, I just felt like I want to try this out. So I tried it out, they liked it, and we're going on. And plus, I get to create a lot of different alien creatures all the time.
How would you describe this con in particular when compared to other cons you've been to?
Relaxing. I mean, I was in New York last month, and that was chaos. So leaving from a chaotic giant convention in the States and coming here, it's just like a mini vacation. Take a chill, see people, meet other creators, have fun, have a drink, and sell some books at the same time. So it's a nice, relaxing end of the year convention for us. That's why I'm here a second time.
So, Marama, you've been a working actress in London for quite some time now. Could you tell us what that experience is like? I mean, coming to London from Malta and entering such a high-profile industry.
Yeah, well, as you know, Malta is small, so when I first started out, not many people knew where Malta was most of the time. Well, maybe not where it was, but they didn't really know many people from here. But slowly there's more people going up there, so Malta's kind of one of those countries that people now know about. So it's great, and it does help, with that sort of thing. And there's more jobs where I've been using my accent as well, which is great. Kind of opens doors for Malta and the language, hopefully, maybe, and things. Yeah. No, it's brilliant. I mean, I love being in London as well. There's a lot more opportunity. And there's great things to work on. Yeah.
One of the more high-profile projects you've been involved on was Guardians of the Galaxy, Marvel's blockbuster of the year. Even though you didn't make it into the final cut of the film, the director, James Gunn, has said he regrets that he had to cut you out, and had it been another choice, he would have. I was wondering if you could talk about the experience of making such a high-profile film.
Yeah, I mean, it was an amazing experience. It was, it's such a huge, thing. Marvel is wonderful. James Gunn himself is a brilliant director. He started off with independent films, his own films, kind of low budget, I don't know, maybe 3 million or something like that. And then to go from that to Marvel is a pretty amazing achievement. Everybody was really, really down to earth, really cool. Also, like his cast, they weren't necessarily like huge names. He kind of went for these, amazing actors. But coming up Yeah, it was great. I had to also learn a language for it, like an alien language, which was cool. Unfortunately, obviously, the scene was cut, but it's just great to have a credit in a Marvel film, especially Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah.
Would you be up for appearing in a sequel?
Let me see what I'm doing. No, I'd love that, if the opportunity ever came about. Yeah, hopefully see more women heroes, more Marvel films. That would be great, yeah.
And what do you think about the Malta Comic Con in general? I know this is your first year, but what do you think about the general atmosphere and the initiative itself?
It's wonderful. I mean, I'm really surprised. There's so many people from all over the world, from America, from Greece, Italy, Wales, Scotland. They're from all over, and it's great. Like, there's a really good atmosphere, and sort of all the, the misfits coming together. It feels like that, No, but you don't have to be anything big. It's just everyone enjoying each other's art and what everyone's done. It's really cool.
So, guys, would you like to tell us about your latest project?
This is it here. It's Robbie Burns' Witch Hunter. It's about the Scottish poet and his unknown adventures as a witch hunter in the 18th century.
So, what inspired you to pick on Robbie Burns as as a source?
One of Robert Burns' most famous works, Tam O'Shanter, is basically a story of a man who kind of gets lost after a few too many drinks and ends up coming across a witch's sabbath and getting in all kinds of trouble. So that was the inspiration, starting point, and we made that about Robbie himself, and then he meets up with some witch hunters and is being hunted himself by demons and things. So it's a good fun romp.
And what do you think about the Malta Comic Con as an initiative, as compared to other cons you've been to?
It's smaller but friendlier, I think. And it's a great venue as well, here in the Cavalier. And lovely Valletta right outside the windows.
Lovely Valletta. We love Malta. We love Valletta. It's beautiful here. It's definitely a fantastically organised, well-run convention. You feel so welcome. You're really, really looked after. They totally go out of their way, more than any other convention I've ever been to. So, I mean, if I can come back in the future, I will definitely be back. And it's not even lunchtime on the first day. So.
And you've been to every edition for the Malta Comic Con, barring the first one. So you've seen it grow and develop and change. Could you describe the atmosphere of the Comic Con from your point of view, as someone who has been to several cons in the past?
Every year it keeps growing, so the atmosphere is certainly bubblier and livelier and more enthusiastic every year. But what I like about it is that even though it's more popular, it never becomes so crowded or so much like a process line. It's always very enjoyable and laid back. And in some places, laid back means disorganized, and that's not the case here. It's actually very well run. It all goes very smoothly, but you don't see all the wheels in motion. You don't feel the grease happening. It's actually very relaxed and informal, and yet being professionally run. And I enjoy that, because I often find that shows fall in one of two categories on either side, which is very slick and professional and with no atmosphere, or it's very atmospheric but it's just chaotic.
Here, how would you describe the Comic Con in particular, as how it helped you to promote your game and just the general atmosphere of the event?
Well, of course. I mean, this is the perfect, and at the time it was the only option for young local artists to, get their voices out and show their metal. And I think it's an awesome place for exactly that. You get to meet with other people of the industry. You get to meet with, industry bigs. Talk to them, get some experience out of them. At the same time, you have opportunities. I myself found an excellent opportunity at the con to get into the industry on a professional level. I am traveling, I'm learning from professionals, and it all started here 1 year ago.
I started coming to this Comic-Con from the first time round. I was very young at the time, I wasn't sure what I was doing, and it's been a good platform for me. It puts me into perspective. There's people like comics, people like art. There are opportunities available for people even locally. It inspired me to go study abroad. It took me a while, but I managed to do so. And it's just grown year after year after year to the point where it's quite big, and you have all kinds of people attending the event and people flying over from overseas just to attend. And also, I love meeting the more professional artists as much as I enjoy meeting the local creators. You can learn a lot by just talking to artists. Yeah.
Start in a few minutes, so just enter the gaming area and survive there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.